In today's video, we're going to be diving into more secrets from the GTA 6 trailer that you missed, as well as some hidden things in the artwork that you probably didn't notice either. So getting us started, we have this quick scene from the trailer that shows two characters greeting each other. We don't know the names or identities of either of these characters. They have an insane amount of details, whether it be scars on their face, chains around their neck, or in this particular case, the tattoo on this guy's right arm and shoulder. Does that tattoo look familiar? Well, it should, because it's coming directly from Grand Theft Auto Online. This is actually the hood heart tattoo that you can get on your back. And this was actually added in one of the more recent updates, the contract, which would have been when Grand Theft Auto 6 was in development, and very possibly when this trailer was being made. So this should be a good reminder that a lot of the things that Rockstar have probably been adding into GTA Online over the last couple of years are probably things straight from Grand Theft Auto 6. Now in this exact same shot, we can also see a billboard up in the background, and it's a little bit blurry, but it looks like it's advertising a beverage called Dignity, which is probably one of the in-game drinks that we can consume as a snack. Now, this is actually confirmed a little bit later on as Jason and Lucia are robbing the convenience store, because as you can see on the right-hand side, you can purchase Dignity for 99 cents, making it extremely cheap. This also seems to be a play on words for alcoholic beverages, as if you drink too much of alcoholic beverages, you sometimes lose your dignity in real life. But anyways, let's move on. Another cool thing I pointed out in the first trailer breakdown video was this Dodo seaplane flying above the city and the skyline, and behind it, it was sort of towing a banner for what looks to be a nightclub. It's 919 Nightclub. And their slogan is, why 69 when you can 919? Well, this is a direct parody of a Miami-based nightclub, E11 Even. I'll show their logo on the screen right now. Rockstar pretty much nailed it with the E11 Even being 919. And their slogan, of course, is the typical Rockstar Games humor. We're going to see lots of parodies of Miami nightlife, culture, buildings, and businesses. And it looks like we've already seen one of those, as their banner is being flown all over the beaches of Vice City. The next thing I noticed comes from this shot right here, and we actually need to look on the road. So you guys can see that those little reflective sort of bumps that are basically parallel with the white lane divider lines, those actually reflect light as the cars get closer, which is exactly what they are supposed to do. In real life, it's supposed to help you navigate a little bit easier in the dark. And it's just a pretty cool detail that as Jason and Lucia, who are driving in this vehicle, get closer to them, they do end up lighting up. Just an insane level of detail there from Rockstar. It shows that they aren't letting anything go untouched. And as sort of a little bonus, just like in real life, some of them actually appear to be missing. As you can see, they almost run up on one, and it doesn't have any reflective. In fact, it doesn't even look like it's there at all. So just like in real life, some of those little cat eyes on highways and roads could be missing too. Taking a look at this shot right here, there is a lot that we can gather from the back of Jason's car. And I really do believe that this DeClasse Tulip is going to be his personal vehicle. Now, a couple of things I noticed on the trunk, there's actually handprints on the back. So I don't know if this is just a cool attention to detail, or if this means there's going to be greater functionality to the trunks and cars of this game. It might possibly be like Red Dead Redemption 2, where we're not able to carry everything on us on our person, and so we have to use our personal vehicles to store maybe excess weapons and things we aren't going to be carrying around. There's also a handful of bumper stickers as well. They're a little bit hard to make out, but you can see one of them says "Crank Hippie," which I don't know if Rockstar did that because that's one of the lines we could actually hear from the Grand Theft Auto 6 leaks. There's also what seems to be an American flag. One of them seems to be a bumper sticker for possibly a politician that might appear in the game. We've seen that in GTA 5. Another sticker says "Save the Bees," which is interesting, and Jason's license plate number is N9C T4M, which typically Rockstar Games license plates in the past have been significant, at least on our main characters. They've been specific to either like the date they've been born or the initials of their name. I'm not sure if that's the case in this instance, though. One thing that a lot of you guys have been pointing out is the massive tower that can actually be seen in one of the first shots of the trailer. And I know it, at least for right now, is one of the first things that I am going to do. I'm going to climb up there, see if there's any Easter eggs, and parachute off of it. This is actually the WCIX TV tower. It's 549 meters tall, which is exactly 1,800 feet. It's a television transmission tower located in Miami near Homestead, Florida. So many people were asking what that was. It's a giant TV tower. I'm hoping we're going to be able to climb it. I'm sure the views from there look absolutely stunning. And staying in this first shot here, there's a couple of other things I noticed here that are just really neat levels of detail. The first is all the birds on the power line. That is just an insane level of realism. With all that was going on, I completely missed that there's actually birds on the power line. And on the highway that is heading sort of away from us, there's actually oil stains that you can see there that are illuminated by the sunrise. Just a really neat level of detail. I don't know if that's going to have any impact on gameplay whatsoever, but I did find that to be super cool. Moving on, we already know that social media is going to be a massive part of Grand Theft Auto 6 based on what Rockstar has shown us in the GTA 6 trailer, and I feel like Rockstar is going to give us more improvements on our iFruit phones, and one of them I feel might be the ability to download apps. So there's actually a lot that we can see here on this little shot of Uncle Jack's Liquor as Jason and Lucia barge through the door. The first, though, is that there's an app for Uncle Jack's Liquor. So I'm sure you guys, like myself, have tens, if not hundreds of apps downloaded on your tablet, on your smartphone, and this might be a way in which Rockstar lets us connect with the in-game brands. They did so in GTA 5 with the Life Invader website, which was actually quite useful because you could get various discounts on in-game websites for like cars, guns, vehicles, etc. So apps might be something that are expanded here. It also looks like we know what Rockstar's in-game parody of the Florida lottery is going to be called. It's going to be called Ballfin, which I can only imagine is a play on words for dolphin. We see this in the Jack's Liquor shot, as well as in the shot with the alligator walking into the police store. Now, whether or not we're going to be able to play the lottery, that is yet to be seen, but I did find that to be a neat little detail. Now, another thing I've noticed from all the vehicles that appear in this trailer is that there's a ton of different license plates, which is cool. So it looks like in the custom shop, there's going to be a handful of different options for us. I've noticed a handful of things so far. Like, for example, some of the license plates have flamingos on them. Others have alligators on them. Others are very unique all the way around. Like this one, for example, on Ocean Beach, how it is just a green one that says cheetah. So there's a ton of different style of license plates here, kind of like what we saw in GTA 5, where there was about 4 or 5 or 6 of them that we could choose for our vehicles. And literally something I just noticed as I was editing this video as we were zooming in on the Grotti Cheetah, look at the different way the driver and the passenger opens the door. So the driver on his left-hand side has a lot of traffic in the street and kind of just barely opens the door so he has room to get out, whereas the passenger just swings the door open because he knows he's on the sidewalk and there aren't going to be any vehicles. I don't know if Rockstar just did this for this cinematic scene or if that's legitimately a detail that they're going to add, that players will open the doors differently based on their environment and their proximity to other things like vehicles and even other pedestrians. Something I just noticed. I thought that was awesome. But anyways, let's move on. By now, you know that Vice City is a parody of Miami, and in real life, Miami's area code for telephones is 305. We actually see this number appear several times, once again confirming that this is a parody of Miami and its surrounding areas. Now, a lot of people pointed this out to me, and there was a lot going on, and I didn't even spot it. In the police body camera footage, it actually looks like the man who enters the building first, or I should say once the door is kicked down, he's actually got a completely different outfit on. You can see he's not wearing any of what looks to be like the police gear, so it looks like he might actually be completely undercover, which is kind of cool. Something I didn't even notice. There's a lot of theories that are being thrown around that might be Jason. I do not believe that is him whatsoever. But whoever that individual is, they are dressed completely differently. They also look to be undercover. This little scene right here is very interesting. I don't know how it's going to play into the story, but I found it to be kind of cool. And going back to one of the opening shots of Lucia, we know on the back of her orange jumpsuit, it says inmate. But what about the front? You can see it says L, D, and something. Well, since we know that Vice City takes place in the state of Leonida, this very much likely says Leonida Department of Corrections, which of course would be a parody of Florida's Department of Corrections. So I'm pretty sure that's what that says. Now, some honorable mentions I want to throw out at the end because they are not in the trailer, but in the artwork. Let's start with this. It looks like Jason might be left-handed. Now, I don't know how that's going to impact gameplay, but in this shot right here, as Lucia has her arm wrapped around him, he's holding the pistol in his left hand. Now, this might have just been preference of the artist, or he might legitimately be left-handed, which would be kind of cool. And also, in this exact same artwork, we can see the Scarface chainsaw room. So this takes a little bit of explaining if you've never seen the movie Scarface, which inspired not only a handful of the events in the original Vice City game, but also one iconic Easter egg where you could find a chainsaw in a bathroom. It looks like that is still going to be present in modern-day Vice City. So I wonder if Rockstar will double down and give us the exact same Easter egg. I guess we'll have to wait and find out when the game arrives. But anyways, that right there is some more trailer secrets that you might not have noticed and completely missed for GTA 6's first trailer. Let me know again in those comments down below if there's anything else you have caught on to that I have not mentioned in any of my breakdown videos. I would certainly love to hear from you guys. If you guys did go to enjoy this video though, a like rating would of course be awesome. And be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel if you are new or you want to stay up to date on all the GTA 6 videos that I'm going to be doing here on my channel. We've got so much cool stuff coming out over the next couple of weeks and months as we get more info on this game, so be sure to stick around and be sure to ring that notification bell as well. Sometimes YouTube just doesn't work, and if you ring that bell, you'll always be guaranteed to be notified when new videos arrive. But of course, as always, guys, thank you all so much for watching. Take care, and I'll see you guys in the next video.